Hello, this is a video on Animal Farm, a political novel by George Orwell. More specifically in this video, we will be focusing on the topic of how characters in Animal Farm are related to people in real life during the Russian Revolution. So I hope after watching this video, you will have a better understanding on how Animal Farm is a book inspired from the beginning of the Soviet Union.
Welcome. Today we have Old Major with us today.
Oh, thanks for having me.
How are you doing, Old Major?
I'm doing just fine. How are you?
I'm good. So let's start with questions. What was your role on the farm?
Well, I was asleep one night and I had a dream. And in that dream I saw a land where animals rule themselves. And I told my fellow animals this. And I brought forth the idea of animalism to the farm.
So would you say that your words is what influenced the revolution?
Absolutely.
Okay. Did the revolution fulfill maybe all you imagined it to be?
Well, the animals did rule themselves in the end, but not the way I thought it happened. I thought everyone would be equal, but in the end, my fellow pigs just rose up, took power for themselves.
Yes, that's very true.
Abused.
Now during your speech to the animals about your dream, you had a series of complaints about how awful your life was on the farm, but again, you said that you lived a long, free life, and that actually wasn't as bad as you thought it was.
No,
Is this true?
of course not.
No?
My life was terrible.
Okay. Thank you for joining us, Old Major, and we hope to have you again.
It's a pleasure.
Old Major sparks the idea of the revolution on the Animal Farm and really is the reason the whole story took place. Old Major doesn't necessarily represent a person specifically from the Russian Revolution, but more so from history, Karl Marx. Karl Marx was one of the main inventors of communism and caused revolutions throughout the world, just like Old Major. Both of their ideas caused major changes in the world they live in and will never be forgotten.
Now we have Snowball with us today. Thank you for coming.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, so let's start with questions. Now, what would you say your role on the farm was?
I was a leader in the beginning, and I came up with the ideas and helped the farm, but I was removed a little bit later on.
Now about that, how do you feel about your expulsion from the farm?
I was surprised and hurt because Napoleon and I were comrades, and we came up with the ideas together, and I thought we were working to help the farm, but he turned on me and rose up against me and used the people and literally chased me off the farm.
Go!
Yes. Now, how are your ideas different from Napoleon's?
Well, I wanted to industrialize the farm and build a windmill and just kind of work differently, but he didn't agree with me.
Now, you may not know this, but later on, Napoleon took those ideas and he used them. Now, how do you feel about how he just kicked you off and then used the same ideas?
That makes me even more hurt because he not only lied to me, but to the people to get them on his side, and he's just not a good ruler.
Snowball is a very important character in Animal Farm, as he was the main leader in the beginning, but soon began to become less important after he was exiled off the farm. Once again, Snowball represents another character in the Russian Revolution, Leon Trotsky. Near the beginning of Animal Farm, Snowball is exiled from the farm by Napoleon, much like how Leon Trotsky was forced to flee by Joseph Stalin. Trotsky wanted a more industrialized economy, but Stalin wanted a more agricultural one. Just like how Snowball wanted a windmill, and Napoleon didn't. But Stalin and Napoleon both adopted the idea in the end after they took power.
Thank you for coming. Now we will have Boxer. Now we have Boxer with us. Thank you for coming, Boxer.
Thank you for having me.
Now, let's start with the questions.
Alright.
Now, what was your role on the farm?
Well, I was pretty much the workforce. I helped I pretty much built the windmill by myself. No big deal. I pulled boulders with wagon, and I just pretty much built everything.
Now, what do you think about the leaders of the farm?
They may be a little harsh at times, but they know what they're doing. Especially Napoleon.
Now, it seems that you never lost faith in Napoleon at any time. Why was that?
Well, Napoleon is just a good leader. He has a way with words, and he knows how to influence the crowd to do the right thing, which was build the windmill and turn against Snowball.
Okay. Now, Boxer, do you feel at times that the leaders of the farm, such as Napoleon, were taking advantage of your hard work?
Well, sometimes they were, but for the greater glory of Animal Farm, some of us have to make sacrifices.
Okay. Now, what was your motto again?
I will work harder.
Yes, that's a good motto.
Oh, thank you.
An essential part of the Animal Farm government is Boxer. He was the main way that they would accomplish physical projects. Boxer is very closely related to the working class or the lower class of the Soviet Union. Boxer is extremely unselfish, and he only does things that will benefit the community, much like the working class. In the end, though, both are disregarded and mistreated, even though they were so dedicated to helping others.
Okay. Now we're going to go to Jimmy, who is going to have an interview with Napoleon and Squealer after this commercial. Hello, my name is Napoleon. Have you ever been cheated? Have you ever been betrayed? Has there ever been anybody that you just want to be gone? Well, I have the product for you. Napoleon's attack dogs will obey any of your commands. Come. They will do anything you ask them to. Shake my hand. Sit. Up. There are many, many tasks that these dogs can fulfill for you. And one of those is getting rid of humans. Sick 'em. Get up!
Call today and get your very own Napoleon Attack Dog. For only 6 small payments of $999.99, you can own your very own professional attack dog. Call 1-800-NAPOLEON. Disclaimer. Napoleon is not responsible for any of the following. The use of Napoleon's attack dogs may cause the loss of limbs, sight, smell, hair, hearing, bowel control, self-respect, manliness, life, also may cause fear, anxiety, and or death. But wait, there's more. Call in the next 6 seconds and get the latest book by Napoleon, Windmills for Dummies. Call 1-800-NAPOLEON.
Hello, Atlanta. We have our next interview here with Squealer. How are you doing today, Squealer?
I'm doing fantastic.
So we'll start off with a few basic questions, Squealer. So Squealer, the first question, what exactly was your role on the farm? What did you do on the farm?
I like to see myself as Napoleon's right-hand man, just helping out around the farm.
What do you think the farm would have been without you involved?
I think it would have been very disorganized and very chaotic almost without me.
Now let's move on to the more meaty, specific questions. So, Squealer, how did you handle the Boxer issue?
You fools, you fools. It says glue farm. Do you not know what that means? We're taking him to the knackers.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Boxer, come back.
Come back. A dear comment, it has come to my attention that Boxer was taken away by a van that was marked horse slaughter. But this is false. He was taken away by the veterinary surgeon. It had not been painted over yet, so it's all good.
Nah! That's a relief. That's a relief.
Man.
Squealer, for our final question, do you think that you are a propaganda spreader for Napoleon?
I do not. I think I just like to go around the farm telling the animals about the truth about them, and that's what I do.
Even though many people have speculated that you are exactly a propagandist for Napoleon and for the fascist regime they represent.
I find that accusation false.
Okay, thank you.
It is very easy to see here that Squealer was an extremely influential character in Animal Farm. His actions may well have been the reason that Napoleon was able to maintain control of the farm. Squealer's role in the book as the propaganda spreader has very many similarities with the way the propaganda was spread during the Russian Revolution and the beginning of the Soviet Union. The main way that they are similar is that they both influence people to maintain control under a fascist-like regime.
Hello, Atlanta. This is Fox 5 Atlanta News at 6 p.m. I have a breaking interview here with Napoleon from Animal Farm. Napoleon, how's your day going so far?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I am terrific.
That's good.
So, Napoleon, I have a few general questions I'm beginning to ask you. What exactly did you do in Animal Farm?
Well, in Animal Farm, I took the role as leader, and I maintained a civilized and fair farm, I would say.
So, Napoleon, how do you view the topic between you, how do you view the relationship between you and Snowball?
I feel our relationship was okay at the beginning, but Snowball became power hungry, and we just couldn't have him on the farm anymore. So he had to be expelled from the farm.
So, Napoleon, where do you think, if you had any speculation, if you had to guess anywhere, where do you think Snowball would have gone after you kicked him off the farm?
I think he would have gone to one of our neighboring farms because he's a betrayer and he does things like that.
So, Snowball, in the beginning you said the windmill was not a great idea, but why did you choose to build it in the end?
I felt that after Snowball was gone, there was a need for industrialization and we needed the natural power that came from the windmill.
Okay. Napoleon, what exactly happened with the event of the murdering of the sheep and the killing of the sheep?
What are your crimes?
I confess to urinating in the drinking pool.
Sick 'em!
So, Napoleon, when you murdered those sheep with your dogs, why did you choose to murder them in public?
Well, I wanted to do that as an example for the other animals, that if they betrayed us, like the other ones did, that they would be punished.
So would you say you used, like, threats and, like, violence to control your people?
In a way, I did, but I don't think I was using it to control them.
Okay. Well, thank you, Napoleon, for your interview with us. We really appreciate your time here.
Thank you for having me.
Hopefully you have a great day. Bye.
If we analyze Napoleon's decisions in Animal Farm, it soon begins to become obvious that he represents a fascist ruler. Napoleon's thirst for total power gradually increases over time, much like Joseph Stalin, a leader during the beginning of the Soviet Union. As we continue to compare these two people, the similarities really start to stand out. A great example is when Napoleon opposed Snowball's ideas in the beginning, but then used them for his own benefit, just like how Stalin refused Trotsky's ideas about the economy. Another similarity is how Napoleon and Joseph both used violence as a form of controlling the citizens. After hearing from each of our guests today, it is easy to see that the characters of Animal Farm do clearly mirror historical figures of Soviet Russia. Thank you for watching.